Hi, I'm Keiser, your state senator for the 33rd Legislative District. This week, a couple of my priority bills for our community began moving forwards to the full Senate action. My bill to establish a joint underwriting association to create a way to provide flood insurance beyond the FEMA federal insurance policies passed out of committee this past week and is now on the floor calendar of the Senate. That's a sign that this bill is on the fast track for early Senate approval, and that's a good thing. I do have some reservations about some of the amendments that were hung on the bill in committee, but I will work with all parties to try and reach agreement on a final bill. If enacted into law, SB 6240 allows our state insurance commissioner to set up a temporary, nonprofit insurance plan to provide flood insurance to businesses and organizations in the Kent Valley who are threatened with potential flooding from the Howard Hansen Dam. My bill, 6248, to ban the use of bisphenol A, also known as BPA, in baby bottles and child sippy cups, also passed out of committee this week and was pulled to the floor of the Senate. The chemical, BPA, is used to harden plastics, and there is growing concern among scientists and medical investigators that this chemical may have negative effects on the reproductive systems and brains of young children and infants. This bill is a top priority of our state's environmental community as well. This week, Senate Democrats also put forward a package of bills focused on jobs and the economy. Some of the bills include an 18-month tax credit from $2,000 to $4,000 for small businesses that create new family wage jobs. That's SB 5899. Funding for job retraining for an additional 6,000 workers through our community colleges' worker training programs, where more than 80% of students succeed in finding good jobs, is also part of the package. That's in the operating budget this year. Our $4.9 billion transportation budget is benefiting from low bids from contractors so that costs are coming in 13% lower than budgeted. So as a result, 6 more transportation projects can now be funded, including one in Renton. Last week, we took an early step to reduce the state's budget shortfall by passing 2 bills to save $69 million in payroll costs and limit increases in the future. We had already frozen the salaries for non-union state employees and suspended a scheduled pay increase for our union employees last year. That freeze is set to expire this February, so we are extending this freeze until 2011. We're also taking action to stop agencies from handing out bonuses to non-union employees. Now, although most of these bonuses are modest, averaging about $120 in a year, the idea of a freeze is to stop such unscheduled increases for a period of time. We are also asking state agencies to reduce their overall compensation costs by 5%, while minimizing the impact on lower-paid employees by asking more from higher-paid employees. If agencies fail to make these administrative cuts, however, the bill we passed would require agencies to shut down 1 day a month for the next year. State workers understand we're all in this together, and that the recession we're in requires shared sacrifice. This month, we saw our state's unemployment rate increase from 9 to 9.5% due to reductions in jobs in construction and public employees. Public employees have lagged in pay equity with the private sector for many years. This reduction in employment is a significant reduction in job security as well. Our early action will cut the budget by $116 million straight out of the gate. Of course, these early actions won't solve our huge budget problem, but they are a prudent move to reap savings as quickly as possible. So I hope you are enjoying this mild weather in January, of all things, with some of the warmest, driest days I can ever recall. This is especially helpful this year with our community's vulnerability in the Green River Valley and the problems at the Howard Hansen Dam. So let's hope the weather holds. Thanks for watching.